Hey everybody, it's Master Gallengeist here, bringing you my review for the movie Alien Covenant, and I really did not like this movie at all. Now, I do think that the actors did a good job in the movie. There's really no any performances that I felt were horrendous. I think that Michael Fassbender as David and Walter were great in the movie. My overall issue is that it is trying to be two movies at once, a sequel to Prometheus, and essentially a redo of Alien. And it just does not work those two together very well. And it makes people really stupid in this movie and kind of breaks the suspension of disbelief and about even the lore of what's going on in Aliens. I mean, I enjoyed other Alien movies a lot more than this. This is like my least favorite Alien movie. And I had issues with Resurrection and Alien vs. Predator Requiem. But I at least was able to get enjoyment out of like making fun of the stuff that they did and laughing at stupid stuff that was done in there. Where in this, it's done with such a seriousness that I can't laugh at anything. It kind of like pisses me off to a certain extent with what's going on within this universe because it's built upon this like logic that it just crumbles out. It's something I would almost expect out of a Michael Bay movie more than anything with how the lore is treated. It's just really weird. So it starts off and we see the birth of the synthetic David. Seeing Weyland talking to him, telling him that he's made him to essentially serve him and help him find his creators. And of course, David's talking about how he's kind of disappointed in like humans and all that. Well, and because we see that Weyland has pretty much used him to be a servant instead of being his own cognizant sentient being. And he named himself David after Michelangelo's David and like showing him all this stuff of like creation, but like dampening his ability to create stuff himself. And it's like, okay, we can see why David becomes a dick, but it's like, gets really kind of crazy and just really stupid. So then we go forward in the future and we see the Covenant colony ship going through space. We see Walter, who's a synthetic, and of course Fassbender doing his stuff, changing him up, going through the ship, doing all the stuff that he needs to, and then he's like, oh, it's time to recharge? Okay, let's do that. The sails go out and a neutrino burst goes and rocks the ship, screws with systems and everything. And he's got to bring out the 14 people that are pretty much going to be in the horror portion of this, they're the crew to like make sure everything's running. And of course, everything goes alright until we get to the captain of the ship, who is for some inexplicable reason James Franco. Now granted, Danny McBride's in this, so that kind of probably has something to do with it, but I'd like to be able to be that guy who is like cast in a role. He's in his like hypersleep pod. It malfunctions, sets him on fire, cooks him. That's pretty much it until Daniels, his wife, who is essentially just a Ripley clone. And I like Ripley as a character, but here Daniels is not really given much except that she's grieving over the loss of her husband, James Franco. And the only other part we see of him is a video of him like climbing this mountain, and that's it. They were supposed to build a cabin on the lake that they were going to terraform on the planet that they're going for, which is like should take them 7 more years to get to. So she's of course lamenting that. She is the second in command to the new captain and all that, and they're trying to do all this stuff. And Danny McBride, of course, goes out, helps fix out the stuff, and then gets a burst transmission from another planet onto his like communication gear. They see it, and it's like somebody singing a song from Earth. It's like, oh, okay, and the captain dude's like, okay, we should go check this out. And they are supposedly painting him as a faith-based dude, kind of like Shaw, but it's really just more one-dimensional, kind of stupid. I'm like, yeah, we could go check it out, but I mean, he's like planning on possibly using it as the new colony instead because of all the habitable stuff on it. It's like, you haven't even been there. It's like, okay. And of course, Daniels lodges her complaint. He's like, yeah, duly noted. And it's like, you're dismissed. And she like goes off, kind of pissed off. And then stupid stuff begins. The alien part of the movie starts its effect. And my biggest issue with this is we've got these people who are supposed to be these smart explorers, pioneers, to be the vanguard for these colonists and make sure that they're safe and do all these smart things and all that. They do none of that in this movie whatsoever after they get to this planet. And it even starts when they get to the planet. They go down in the ship. Like, oh, it's breathable atmosphere and everything. They go out with no protective gear. Go, guns! But it's not like they send Walter down by himself to just... He's a synthetic. He doesn't need to breathe. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of fucked up. I mean, he could fix the stuff up there, but I mean, it would have been just smart to be like, hey, Walter, why don't you go down and kind of check that shit out? Oh, that's right, because guess what? I am an AI. I'm a synthetic being. I don't need to breathe and thereby can't be infected by contagions. Yay, that is a smart move. They don't do that here. He goes with them, but they go down, no protective gear whatsoever. So, go home, They're like, alright, we gotta go this way. Alright, you just stay here trying to fix this stuff because there's, like, freaking storm systems that are screwing with comms. So they go off. New captain guy, his wife, and another security dude go off to kind of like do ecological stuff. They find that there's like wheat from Earth here. So they go off, find where the ship is, and of course it's the engineer's ship from the end of Prometheus. And we see these black orb things, which by all accounts should be drenching the atmosphere with whatever particle things are in it. And one dude with the woman gets infected with it. It goes in his ear canal and frickin' does blah, blah, blah. They get into the shit, and this other security dude falls down on it, goes in his nose, and goes blah, blah, blah. And it's like, okay, whatever. So they're looking around, and they're like, oh, so she flew this. How did this happen? What's going on with this? Okay, whatever. Let's go. Both guys exhibit sickness. And, of course, they take the one dude back to the shuttle, and he's like, throwing up blood and all that. And, of course, the new captain's wife is locked in there, and she's like, quarantined. The pilot's, like, freaking out and everything, and they, like, take off his shirt, and this new morph thing bursts from his back. And, of course, the one chick wants help, but the other one goes out, gets the shotgun to come back and help, and the woman pretty much gets mauled by the neomorph, but it really doesn't look like it's got that much to go with it. I mean, yeah, it just burst out of his back, and she's got a knife. I mean, yeah, it's got acid blood and shit probably, but you can go for it. And of course, the stupid chick comes in, got the shotgun, slips on the blood, and it shows that the main problem is all of these decisions are predicated on moving the plot forward, and there's no logical basis that any character would really take for it to start going this bad, this fast, unless they were stupid. Or just had unimaginably bad luck. So, of course, the thing's chasing her, and she just fires off and blows up the ship. So they're stranded without a ship. It's like, okay, whatever. Of course, the other dude, it's towards night, they get back, and the new captain's like, no, my wife, ah! And of course, Danny McBride is like, no, my wife, ah, when they finally get to him telling him about that. And the other dude, they're pretty much holding him down, and his neomorph thing comes out of his mouth, and of course, the neomorph had survived the explosion of the ship, starts attacking people. One dude kind of gets killed. Walter punches the other one in the face with one of his hands. Of course, that melts it. And of course, David comes out of nowhere. He's like, come with me! Da-da-da-da-da! So they follow him to this, like, burnt out city. It's like, all these dead bodies. Like, what the hell is going on? And of course, he's telling them the story that him and Shaw accidentally crashed here on this, like, engineer world, and it had unleashed the contagion and all that. And that's what happened. And That's the biggest issue. This Black Goo does everything possible. It is a magic MacGuffin that can do Deus Ex whatever. Oh, you need it to pretty much make matter because they had talked about like there was no sounds of animals or anything at all. And of course we start learning that David unleashed the Black Goo on this engineer world and it killed everybody and that's how it went down. He says that he was sad when Shaw died and everything and loves her and all that, but he actually experimented on her and we see her like body dissected and everything, which I guess was used to start creating like eggs and stuff like that because we see it like put into that. It's a little bit later, but of course we find that one of the Neomorphs, I don't know if Walter had killed that other one when he punched it, but another one shows up and it has somehow grown up to be as big as a person. There are no animals for it to feed on to get that big that fast. I don't mind if David was able to somehow manipulate the Black Goo to make it so that things have an accelerated growth rate, but that comes with repercussions. What happens in this movie is that this Black Goo can do whatever the director and the writer want it to do, no matter what. I mean, how is David able to manipulate and change the goo to do what he needs it to do? How are these creatures that are created from it being able to break the laws of physics of the conservation of mass and energy? How can this thing get to this size without eating anything or consuming energy or like anything of that effect? And if it could, its lifespan would be short as shit. So it comes in and kills someone. I mean, I was looking through it and I'm like, jump scare, dead. It's like, whatever. And of course, David's trying to like woo the Neomorph after it's killed the one person and it's eating it. So it's like, oh yeah, it needs somehow to eat sustenance. We don't know what it eats. It seems to be hyper aggressive and would, I guess, prefer meat as its source because that would probably be the most fastest digestible thing it could eat to sustain that. Otherwise, they have to eat a fuck ton of wood or something to freaking get that big. But of course, Captain Dude sees it, shoots it and kills it. He's pissed off. He's like, let me show you what I've been working on. And of course, he tricks Captain Numbnuts into getting facehuggered, which I don't know how he made facehuggers at all, because he would need an animal or something or biological material to do. And of course, facehugs him. Captain wakes up, and then here comes another lore-breaking moment. Chestburster happens, but see, here's the twist. It's essentially just a mini xenomorph. What does that mean? It is not a chestburster. Granted, it bursts from the chest, but it's got arms, it's got legs, it's pretty much in a small miniature version of a xenomorph form. Granted, I understand that we're now getting more movies to get to the point of Alien, but that seems like a complete regression and evolution to go from, yay, we've made it to the point where it has arms and everything. Why would you make it into a freaking little freaking wormy thing when it could like scurry around like the Neomorphs? I don't know. But somehow that thing breaks the law of physics again and somehow gets to the freaking black drone state and pretty much tries to jump on one dude who, after they had gotten a face hugger off one dude's face, but yet not fast enough to get him impregnated, because that happens, of course, on the ship at an even faster rate once they try and get off the planet, because we need another portion of the movie to have another alien, because, of course, we see Walter fight David, who is trying to get him to be free, but yet that's kind of like the point. Walter has chosen his own path to go with these people of the Spaceship Covenant, and that he likes Daniels and everything. So we get, of course, the fight between them, and you can already see the plot twist coming in. They're like trying to escape. The Xenomorphs coming after them. They're like on this thing that Danny McBride has flown down. And of course we get Daniels to kill it by crushing it in a crane. And they get to the ship. The one dude whose face is burnt because they cut the face hugger off and all that. His chest burster comes out and somehow grows at an even faster rate than the other thing. And then of course they had to have it stalking around the ship, and they blow it out the cargo bay door. just like Alien, essentially. Now, granted, it wasn't a cargo bay door, but it was another thing into space and got rammed by a freaking giant truck thing. And they're all happy and everything, and Daniels and Annie McBride are the only ones left, and they're going to sleep, and she's trying to talk to Walter about, like, the cabin and everything, if he'd help her build it, and you realize that it's actually David, who is like, yeah, whatever, screw you, who had, like, won the fight and did all this stuff, and then he burps up two chest burster, two face hugger embryos and puts them with the other baby embryos. He's like, now I can experiment with all these people, ha ha ha, even though I don't have the black goo or whatnot, or since my stomach can hold anything or whatnot, since I was able to make the face huggers into weird embryonic things, and just so happened to know how to have them either in my system because I knew I would be escaping. It starts breaking its logic, and it's like, just, blah. And it just takes the lore and just like, it's trying to be too grand in its concepts and just cannot execute the concepts. I would have liked it to just be about like the AI and the synthetics and like the nature of existence and sentience and of like parents and children, of like this, of like the parables of like the Titans and the Olympians and all that kind of stuff. Because of the mythology of those, because each successive generation overthrows the one before it to become the prominent one, and seeing that of the humans possibly doing that with the engineers, that's why they wanted to destroy them, so that they were not overthrown and destroyed themselves. And of course, David is trying to do that to both generations by also creating his own thing in the Xenomorphs. It is just so not well done and executed that I'm just like, I watched it and I'm like, I've left movies in the middle of them, and this is worse than those. Because it's just like, I like the concepts, I like the characters of David and Walter and what they're doing with them. Everything else was just stupid and just horror movie fodder and just a retread of like Alien. And it's like, you could do better than that. And you could fix some of the stuff and explain why these things can grow at such a rate and break the laws of physics. And also be magic space goo that can do whatever you want. You could explain that stuff, but it's not done. And it's just like, okay, so we'll eventually get to Alien. I'd almost just be like, you know what, I'm good. I'll just watch Alien and Aliens. And yeah, even though I've seen them hundreds of times, like on TV and whatnot, I'm like, I'd just rather have good movies that are tuned and focused within what they're doing. And even though characters die in those movies, they don't die for stupid reasons because the plot demands it. It's how it's done. It's better. You don't see that the plot's demanding this person die. You see that it just happens. And in here, you're just like, oh, you're gonna die. You're gonna die. Oh, you definitely. We need like a certain amount. You are the Ripley-like character. You are another character who's kind of okay that the audience could probably identify with. You are the evil android dude, so of course you're going to stay on because you're the one that's creating everything, so you got to get the alien somehow. I just really did not enjoy this movie at all, and I would not recommend seeing it. If you're an Alien fan, I would just stick to Alien and Aliens. I mean, there's some stuff that you could probably get into, but I just think that it was just more of a mess than anything. And I hate saying that because the actors were not bad. Everything that was like to do with it was pretty much the writing. And I know I kind of harp on writing, but I can tell the difference between someone who does not know how to act and someone who has to act out shitty written dialogue and shitty written scenarios because the writer doesn't understand how to orchestrate it in a way that makes sense, because I don't feel like it makes sense here. They understand the grandiose ideas that they want to do, but they cannot execute it effectively or in a way that doesn't make our characters within the film seem not stupid. It's just like, you're stupid for doing what you've done. How would this not affect everything? I almost wanted it to be like, it's the stupid button, let everything crash and just be like, because other than that, David would have been in the same scenario. It's just, I almost just wanted like everybody to probably be Neutrino Burst, and then just have the Covenant drift to David, and then just have David messing with stuff on the Covenant. I don't know. I just really did not like this, and it really didn't have much. I loved the cinematography and like the works of like the CGI and all the like design stuff. That was great. That was cool. But when the story is fundamentally has like breaking stuff that like destroys your suspension of disbelief, you're just looking at everything that. It's like when you could see the stormtrooper hitting his helmet and head in Star Wars. Once you start seeing those holes pop up, you can't stop. Now see, that for Star Wars doesn't destroy it for me. That's not a detriment. It's almost like a little Easter egg. It's like, ooh. But with this, it's just destroys my enjoyment of the movie. It's like, that's stupid and shouldn't be happening, but okay. Oh yeah, you're only servicing this for that jump scare, which everybody can see and is actually not scary. Alright. But those are my opinions on the movie. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.